Hello ladies and gentlemen, today I will be reviewing 13 Lives. 13 Lives is a biographical survival film directed by Ron Howard, very well known for the films A Beautiful Mind, Rush, and Cinderella Man. So, 13 Lives is a film that just got released in Amazon Prime, and I was looking forward to this movie. I saw it on the radar, and I was like, okay, Ron Howard, great director, based on a true story. So I was very much interested by this film, and I was very much intrigued to see what this movie's about. So yeah, let's talk about it. Let's start off with the performances in this film. We got Colin Farrell. He plays this scuba diver, or a diver in general, who helps football league or football team gets trapped in a cave in Thailand. Everybody around the country does their best to help and save these kids. I like Colin Farrell. I think Colin Farrell did a great job in this movie. I think he did really good for the role that he had to do. Truly his character, and especially like you get a little bit about him and his son. There's a lot of dramatic points, and that's why I chose Colin Farrell as the first guy to talk about, because I felt like he did a lot. I felt like he did a great job. Colin Farrell's a great actor, let's be honest. The Batman, freaking The Gentleman, just great films by him. And Colin Farrell did a great job here. He does everything that he does and feel for the character. His relationship with his son really does help, and just for him to deal with these kids that are being trapped it's a very terrifying situation. And the people, and it's based on a true story, the people that actually had to like go through that and had to like figure out a way to get these kids out of there alive is something to be seen, and those guys deserve the utmost respect by everybody. Viggo Mortensen is in this movie. I love Viggo. The Green Book, Lord of the Rings. And he plays a scuba diver as well. He plays this Australian man as well. He's from Australia. He looks a little bit older in this film too. He looks much older than what he usually looks in film. I felt like, okay, I don't know if they aged him a bit, but like, he looked pretty older in this movie. Didn't look as recognizable as Viggo Mortensen, but he did a great job. I thought Viggo Mortensen did a great job. He sees the situation as it is, and he knows that shit hits the fan, and he's that kind of person that says how it is, says what it is, and like he doesn't lie, and he knows the situation, and he doesn't lie about what very much could possibly happen. And yeah, he's great, and the chemistry between him and Colin Farrell is really good. It really is a really good chemistry between them, and you can very much tell that they've been working together for like I think 30 years, and they've worked together, and they're great. They have great chemistry together. All the kids, really, all the soccer team in itself, all of them did a great job. Especially the kid with the mom and the father that are very much worried about them. It's great. It's a great performance. These kids are the real life kids that had to go through this. They're very strong. They're very strong human beings to go through what they had to go through, and it's crazy. It's crazy that they like withstand. I think like 7 to 9 days without eating, which is crazy, to like 19 days stuck in that cave, and it's crazy. It's a crazy experience, and those kids are just massively strong, and them together, you can very much tell they're a team, and they have that mentality, and it shows. It really does show, and I think all the kids did a great job. And all around, everybody's performances was really well. Joe Edgerton, guy from The Warrior, he's great. He's great too. He's also the kind of person that he's a scuba diver, but he's more of, I don't know what it's called, but a specific doctrine or specific scientific shit. I don't know that shit. No disrespect, but he's a cool character. You like the character. Him and Viggo Mortensen are close, and Viggo brings up this situation or this idea that could very much save them, which when they're talking about it seems insane. But when it's in practice, it worked completely, and it was great. It was great to see, and it was very interesting to see how that worked. Yeah, Joe Edgerton did a great job. I think and all the performance, everybody in this film did a great job. No one had a weak performance. I think everybody played the part very well. All the actors, everybody gave out a really good performance. The direction by Ron Howard is a great director. When he puts his eye into something, he very hardly messes up, and I think Ron Howard did a fantastic job with the direction in this film. He directed it very well. The claustrophobic of just being in that freaking scuba diving. It's a very terrifying job, and the divers and shit like that. It's a very terrifying job. If you're a kind of person that is very claustrophobic, this would very much get your emotions up, because it's like, oh gosh, they're like all trapped with the rocks. It's a fucking very claustrophobic, but he directed it very well, and it really does show like the fear into like divers, and like these guys deserve the respect and just the heart and the fearlessness that these guys have are something else. The writers did good. I thought the writing, the dialogue is good. For a story that's based on a true story, it felt very real, I felt, when I was watching this movie, it felt like, okay, I'm watching these guys do what they do, and it felt very much real. The visual effects, I don't know if there's any, really. No, I don't think there is much visual effects. If there is, then good job. But the cinematography is great. It's a very good looking film, and it's great. It's a very well shot film. The cinematography is very well made. The editing is good. The chemistry between everybody's great. The kids all worked well together. You know, kid actors, and some are not good, some are not great, but I think all the kid actors played the parts very well, and it felt real. It felt very real. It felt very realistic, and I love that. I truly love that from this film. And just a great movie all around. I thought this film was great. It's a very interesting story, and it's like a little story of like power and underdog of like, okay, these kids, and they're trying to get out of here alive, and just the power that they withhold, and just these guys that get called out of the blue to come to save these kids, and the sacrifices that these guys made are just utmost respect, and I feel like everybody very much should give them the respect that they deserve. And it's really, there's some fearful guys, and they're fearless, and they get shit done, and when they work with a team, it's like, okay, and they know what they're doing. And I love how they interact with the kids as well, like giving them a little thing where they're like, oh, it's gonna be okay, showing how strong they are. Just very good conversations between them and the kids, trying to make them feel better. It also takes place during the World Cup in 2018, so they also bring that up a little bit throughout the film, giving it like that time and era throughout that film, which was 2018, and just so you know, like, okay, it's good, all right, the era and the age that they're in. It's just all around a great film, and it's definitely a film that everybody should check out. If you're a history buff, you even like it more. But I thought this film was great. It's just a great film, and I really do think Ron Howard is a fantastic director. And when he really does put his eye into something, he usually makes magic. This ain't nothing else. So yeah, this film is definitely worth buying on Blu-ray. So I'm gonna give this film a 4 out of 5 stars. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's great. It's a great film. It's on Amazon Prime, so it's not that far away from you guys. You can watch it at home, and it's great. So yeah, that is my review for the film 13 Lives. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Peace.